Hey, what's up everyone? This is Greg. Welcome to our beginning watchOS video tutorial series. The watch is Apple's most personal device, the thing that's always on your wrist and available to look at a glance. In this series, you'll learn the basics of creating your very own apps for the Apple Watch using the WatchKit framework. Just as the Apple Watch is paired to an iPhone, watch apps are bundled together with a companion iOS app. Although the watch app runs on the watch itself, it still relies on the phone for things like network connectivity. In watchOS 1, the code for the watch app was in an extension that ran on the phone, while the assets, such as the storyboard, were on the watch. In watchOS 2, things have moved over and the code now runs on the watch too. When you work on your watch apps in Xcode though, you'll still see this split between the WatchKit extension, which is the code side, and the WatchKit app, which is the user interface side. WatchKit has all kinds of interface elements, such as labels and buttons and tables, which you'll learn about as the series continues. As you work with these objects from code, you'll notice something very quickly if you're used to developing on iOS or other Apple platforms. Interface objects in WatchKit have a lot of methods, such as setHidden and setText, but no properties to check whether something is hidden or to read the current text. Interface objects on the watch are proxy objects. You can almost think of them as write-only objects that you can message, but they can't send messages back. This design started in watchOS 1 since the code was running remotely on the phone. And even though the code is running on the watch now, that pattern continues on watchOS 2. Generally, this just means that you'll need to keep track of state yourself manually if you'll need it later. However, since watch apps should be designed for quick looks and fast interaction, this generally isn't a problem. Over the course of this series, we'll be building out a weather app for the watch. We won't be connecting the last mile of getting actual weather data, but instead we'll start with some test data to build out the interface. The app will include a variety of interface elements, and will also include some custom drawing, navigation, basic animation, and a simple glance. This beginner series will focus more on getting you up to speed with the basics of layout and user interface aspects, and then our follow-up advanced watchOS series will cover connectivity, custom complications, notifications, and more. In the first 4 videos, you'll learn the basics of user interface on the watch. We'll cover basic layout, size, positioning, spacing, insets, and the stack-based group layout model of the watch. You'll also learn about tables and table rows, essential pieces of UI that let you easily show rows of content like table views on iOS. In the next 3 videos, you'll learn about navigation and how to integrate more than one screen into the app. We'll cover context menus, the navigation stack, modals, and page-based interfaces. These are all essential tools in getting your users navigating around your app. The next 3 videos will dive into individual topics. First up is custom drawing on the watch. Although you'll generally bundle in all of the image assets you'll need at build time, new in watchOS 2 is the ability to dynamically create images with drawing calls right on the watch. We'll cover the basics of how to do this by drawing a line graph showing the weather trend. Next up is animation. There are a few techniques to create eye-catching animations on the watch. Some of them are old ones from watchOS 1, and some that are new to watchOS 2. In this video, you'll create this loading screen for the app that then animates away to reveal the rest of the user interface. In the final video of this series, you'll learn about glances. A glance is a quick single-screen view that should show the most important information that your app can provide. Something suitable for your users to see with just a glance, as the name suggests. Glances are similar to regular interfaces on the watch, but you'll learn how they differ and how to get them set up in Xcode. That's it for this introduction to the beginning watchOS video tutorial series, and I hope you're ready to get started. Designing for quick interactions on a small screen device can be quite a challenge, and I encourage you to keep this in mind as you think about your own apps and how to build companion watch apps for them. In the meantime, get your copy of Xcode warmed up and prepare to get started with user interface layout on the watch in the next video. I hope you enjoy the rest of the videos in this series. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you next time.